They said she was mad, a queen who refused to bury her dead husband, who slept beside his rotting corpse night after night, whispering love to what was left of him. But madness or love? That's the question history never answered. This is not a fairy tale. This is a story of obsession, of a queen who defied the church, defied her kingdom, and defied death itself. Her name was Joanna of Castile, but the world would remember her as Juana la Loca, Joanna the Mad. She was the daughter of Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand, the powerful rulers who united Spain, the same Spain that sent Columbus across the ocean to the New World. Her bloodline was royal, her destiny already written in gold. But love would be the poison that unraveled everything. Imagine this. The year is 1496. The air in Brussels smells of roses and rain. A young princess, just 16, steps off her horse, her eyes wide, her dress gleaming in the northern sun. She's about to meet her future husband for the first time. His name, Philip the Handsome. A name that wasn't just a title. He truly was breathtaking. Golden hair, piercing eyes, a smile that could melt any heart. When Joanna saw him, she didn't just fall in love. She plunged into it, instantly, completely, the kind of love that consumes you, body and soul. And when their eyes met, he smiled back. History says they couldn't even wait for the ceremony. They were married that night and spent the rest of it locked away together, ignoring everyone else. It was the kind of passion poets dream of, the kind that burns too bright to last. But what happens when love burns too bright? It starts to destroy. Philip was handsome, yes, but he was also proud, arrogant, addicted to admiration. Every woman wanted him, and he liked it that way. He bathed in their attention, flaunting his charm even as his wife watched. And Joanna, she was not the kind of woman to stay silent. They fought. Oh, they fought like thunderclaps in a storm. One moment, passionate kisses, the next, screams echoing through palace halls. She accused him of betrayal. He accused her of madness. But what if the madness was love that couldn't let go? What if the real insanity was his cruelty? As the years passed, the court began to whisper, "The queen is unstable. She's jealous, possessive. She's not fit to rule." But those whispers were useful, especially to men who wanted her throne. Her husband, her father, even the church. They called her crazy to control her, and it worked. But then came the night that changed everything. It was 1506. Philip had fallen ill with fever. Some said from poisoned water, others whispered divine punishment. Joanna refused to leave his side. For days she held his hand, praying, pleading, sobbing as his breath grew shallower. And then, silence. The man she loved, the only man she had ever loved, was gone. The room smelled of death and candle smoke. Outside, rain poured against the palace windows. Inside, a queen shattered. Most queens would have buried their king. Joanna refused. She ordered the coffin sealed, and wherever she went, through villages, through frozen roads, through monasteries, she took it with her, Philip's body, her dead husband. For months, she traveled across Spain with his coffin beside her. Sometimes at night she would order it opened to look upon him again. Witnesses said she touched his hair, kissed his lips, spoke to him as though he were still alive. When priests begged her to bury him, she snapped, "He is my husband. He belongs to me." There were stories, horrifying, mesmerizing stories, that she wouldn't allow any woman near the coffin, that she traveled only by night, claiming daylight would tempt his spirit away, that she kept the body close, even while she slept. Was it madness, or a love so deep it refused to die? But her journey didn't just shock Spain, it terrified it. To the powerful men around her, Joanna became a problem, a woman who loved too fiercely, a queen they could not control. So they did what men in power always did to inconvenient women. They called her insane. They locked her away. Her father, King Ferdinand, declared her unfit to rule. He took her crown, her freedom, her voice. They imprisoned her in a convent in Tordesillas, a cold stone fortress that would become her cage for the rest of her life. And there she stayed, year after year, decade after decade. Sometimes the guards said they could still hear her talking through the night, murmuring softly to the empty air, as if her beloved Philip still lay beside her. Joanna lived for 46 more years, never crowned, never free. The world forgot her, buried her story under the word madness. But maybe, just maybe, it wasn't madness. Maybe it was grief too big for one heart to hold, a love too deep for the world to understand. Because what do we call it when someone loves so completely they'd rather live with death than without it? We call it madness, but maybe it's something else entirely. When Joanna of Castile died in 1555, she was buried beside Philip, finally, together again, after nearly half a century apart. The church wrote her off as insane. Historians called her the Mad Queen. But behind those words was a woman, a daughter, a wife, a queen, who loved in a way that terrified everyone around her. Not because it was madness, but because it was true. If love and obsession are the same thing, then maybe Joanna wasn't the only one who's ever gone mad. And that is the story of Joanna of Castile, the queen who slept with her husband's corpse. A story of love that defied reason, politics, and even death. But what happened after her death might be even stranger, because her son, Charles V, one of the most powerful emperors in history, would inherit her throne, her blood, and maybe her madness too. But that is a story for another night. If this story gripped you, make sure to subscribe to Time Scroll, where history isn't just told, it's felt. Because the past isn't dead, it's only sleeping, waiting for someone to wake it up again.